As the mist rolls through the meadow, as the sun falls from the sky, the moon waits by a distant hill for the fire clouds to die. The birds have stopped their singing as the peace falls on the land. The Atlantic by the coastline whispers gently to the sand. This is my land, from border to highland, from ocean to sea. This land belongs to me. This land belongs to me. Everything that can be seen and touched holds a value and worth. From the islands on the north side, where the waves break on the surf, the beauty of the highlands, all the way from east to west. There's a magic stirs inside my head, but I'm sure my heart knows best. This is my land, from border to highland, from ocean to sea. This land belongs to me. Each mountain, each meadow, each stone in the stream, the glens and the woodland. This land belongs to me. This land belongs to me. I'll tell you this, my friend, please believe me, that is true. Although this land is my land, this land belongs to you. This is our land, from border to highland, from ocean to sea. This land belongs to me. Each mountain, each meadow, each stone in the stream, the glens and the woodland. This land belongs to me. 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 This land belongs to me.
The first single from my guest in this hour, Michael Callahan.
Callaghan.
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 Yeah.
Callaghan is Scottish.
Get it right. Get it right. Good afternoon, Cal.
Good afternoon.
It's so nice to have you here in the studio and to listen to your music there. I'm a huge fan, as you know. I've listened to a lot of your stuff, and you have quite a good fan base, which is built up around Scotland. Tell us, I'm quite keen because I know you've got a story, to be honest. Tell us how it all started for you in the music business, Cal.
Once upon a time,
Yes.
long time ago, I started playing when I was about 28, 29. I was involved in an industrial accident, and I had to take a couple of years to recover because I had a broken back, some broken vertebrae, and during my recovery I started mucking about with a guitar, and I didn't put it down. Well, people were paying me to do it. Why would I put it down?
So it started off as a hobby, really, just during your recovery,
Yep, absolutely.
and then moved from there.
Yeah, just after about a couple of years of mucking about myself, just teaching myself, I got to a stage where I don't know, when you're doing your self-education, you always hit brick walls, and I had reached a brick wall, so I decided I would go to Perth College, and I went there for 3 years.
So to study music,
Yep.
and to find out the ins and outs of music. And
Well, it was quite good because you're learning the music business,
Yep.
you know, because that was a music performance course, and in that performance course you had to entail the learning the music theory itself, the instrument, the working with others as a band, and then going and putting on your own concerts and stuff, and it was all part of the course. So you learned everything about it and the promotion of it and the management side of it. It was quite good.
And obviously, you've learned so many other things because you're a singer, you are a songwriter, you play guitar, you play keyboards.
I do.
You're a front man. You're also a solo. You play the drums as well. So it must have been like a second coming, I suppose, in life. That things have changed after your accident.
Absolutely. They say that everything happens for a reason, and I know the reason why that happened. It was because I had an accident.
Because something was too heavy.
Something was far too heavy. No, for me, I was never sitting down. Before my accident, I was always really active. I used to be an amateur boxer, and I fought for Scotland, and I did a bit of martial arts, and I was always really active. So to go from working in a foundry where it was really physical and heavy and training 5-6 days a week,
Yeah.
to nothing, your body was going 100 miles an hour, then stop, but the brain's still going 100 miles an hour. So I had to channel it somewhere. Who knows, I might have had a breakdown or something if I didn't. So I says to my dad, what am I going to do? I said, I've not got a clue what I'm going to do now. I can't go back to my work. And my dad wisely said, find yourself a nice hobby that you can enjoy and get somebody to pay you for it. So here I am in the music business.
Now, you predominantly play Scottish music.
Well, not really. I do. One of my songs actually that I brought with me today was nominated for a movie in Los Angeles. It was into the last 3 in the world, and it's just a love song. And for that same love song has been easily, 500 people's first dance at their wedding. Easily.
There you go.
Aye. So love songs. I do love songs.
The reason I'm saying, it's Scottish-based music. Was that what you started? When you decided to pick up the guitar, is that the kind of
I
stuff
think
you
the
started
very
playing?
first song that I ever learned was a Runrig song. I was very heavily influenced by Runrig in the early days. So, and I found that Loch Lomond and Protect and Survive and some of the songs that was far more songs that were all in the same key and the same chord sequence, maybe played in a different way, but the same chord structure. And I could work my way through Protect and Survive and Loch Lomond without even having a break because they were in the same key, the same chords, the same everything, almost the same strumming partner. But, well, they were the way I played it anyway.
Yes, music structure's all about your interpretation, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, and then as the years went on, that was about 1990, I started mucking about with the guitar. I graduated from Perth in 95. I went to the Julianesque for a final year in 96, 97. And then in 1998, I auditioned with Runrig and got down to the last in Scotland before they signed the Canadian guy. So I was always heavily influenced by Runrig. I was a Runrig fan. So to go and audition with them in Stirling Albert Hall and play in front of a live audience, as a Runrig fan, playing for Runrig fans, it was great.
Now, music has been good to you because, obviously you started off because it was a hobby, and as part of your recovery. People take knocks in life, and you could have taken the knock about not getting a job with Runrig, but you've moved on and you kept going, and you've actually done some quite big stuff.
I can still remember the conversation I had with Marlene. Marlene Ross was the manager back then, and she was an absolute gem, a diamond of a woman. Talking about diamond, this is Diamond Radio. We are talking about a diamond of a lady. She helped me through my audition stage, my audition period, and got me. Basically, I was in Savage Studios. I was with them there. I did some recording with them on the before the In Search of Angels album came out. I was auditioning some of that stuff, and then she said at the end of it, she explained it to me that the reason that he got the job is because he was already signed to EMI in Canada. He already had a following in Canada. He already had a record deal, and blah blah blah. And apparently, every fifth song on a Canadian radio station must have a Canadian artist in the band. Yeah.
Right.
So to have another Scotsman, they would still have the work to carry out the breaking into the Canadian market. With having a Canadian in the band, the Canadian market is open.
So he's just known as a Canadian guy now.
And Bruce Guthrie, no, he's a great singer. I've got a lot of time for his music as well, and he's a great singer-songwriter in his own right as well. But for me, it was a great path for me to go, and it was a great the final hurdle, I just didn't get over that final hurdle. However, for me, it brought me in a brand new direction, because I said to Marlene that I was quite devastated. She says, no, you should never be devastated. You should be really happy. You go into Alaska in Scotland. All you've got to do now is go and start writing and do your own thing. Because I had no songs at that time. In 1998, I had no songs. 1999, I started recording my very first song, which was a song called Distant Pipers, that I don't have one with me today, but that was my very first song that I wrote. And since then, I just developed. The first album came out in the millennium, the second album came out 2004, third album came out 2009, next album 2012, this album 2015, and we just keep working on the albums,
And you've had some good help as well. And obviously, the guys get paid for it, but you've worked with some very good professionals who've helped you along the way with these albums.
Yeah, absolutely. I work with Sandy Jones and Graham Duffin. They produce my albums, especially the last 3 albums I've worked heavily. Before that, I was a guy called Dougie Coulter. You maybe know Douglas.
Yep.
Well, Douglas did the first 2 albums, and then I felt that I was moving up a wee or onto a different kind of stage, and so I wanted to move up the market a bit, and working with Sandy and Graham was really good for me as well, because it took my direction slightly different as well. I wasn't scared to start writing how I felt, rather than thinking I've got this pigeonhole that I've created for myself and I've got to stay in there. Working with Sandy and Graham, I just expanded the pigeonhole, and now I'm still in the pigeonhole. It's just a bigger pigeonhole. So,
well, if it's a bigger pigeonhole, you've got more room to roam about.
Absolutely, and you're bringing in a bigger audience as well, because the people who like the love songs might not be the same people who like the Scottish songs, and vice versa. But either way, you've got both of them.
Excellent. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about where you've been, where music has taken you, and moreover about where you're going. But I'm going to play track number 2 on the tracks that you've gave me, which is Emotion Overload. Tell us a bit about this.
Emotion Overload is a great song. Everybody, please listen to the lyrics. If you've ever been in love, this is where it all started from, when you were too scared to say you love someone, and then all of a sudden you get that "I love you" wee thing comes over your voice, and then after that it's like you're going for a loaf of bread. Love you, bye, love you, and you get that emotion overload, and that's what this is all about.
Oh, I love you too.
I'm lost for words. I can't unlock my pain. It keeps running through my mind over and over again. I try to speak, my lips won't move. Inside my head I hear the words that I can't say to you. Baby, I love you. I'll always be right here, willing to hold you until the end of time. Set it free, let it flow. If you love someone with all your heart, you've got to let them know. Shout it out from the mountain tops. Once you let your love flow free, the flow will never stop. Baby, I love you. I'll always be right here, willing to hold you until the end of time. Baby, I want you. I would give my heart and soul for one chance to kiss you. For you, I'd give my world. Inside my head, an eruption blows. I can't help myself, I can't hold back this emotion overload. I swear to you, before this day is done, everyone will hear If there's an open road, if my sails were high, if I could spread my wings, I'd take the flight. I'd always find my way back to where my heart belongs, where the passion runs high and the love is strong. Ever since just a boy, this has always been a part of me. No other land could boast such history. And now I know this will always be the way I feel. And now I know I'm living out the dream. For wherever I travel, wherever I roam, the colours of Scotland keep calling me home. No road is too far, no ocean too wide. To return to my homeland fills me with pride. Now if I had the chance to be anywhere I wanna be, I wouldn't need much time to think it through. For something deep inside of me is always guiding me. No other land could make me feel the way I do. Oh, wherever I travel, wherever I roam, the colours of Scotland keep calling me home. No road is too far, no ocean too wide. To return to my homeland fills me with pride. Oh, wherever I travel, wherever I roam, the colours of Scotland keep calling me home. No road is too far, no ocean too wide. To return to my homeland fills me with pride. So I'm coming home. I'm coming home. The colours of Scotland keep calling me home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. The colours of Scotland keep calling me home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. To the colours of Scotland, I'm coming home. Yeah, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. The colours of Scotland keep calling me home. So I'm coming home.
And another song, The Colours of Scotland, from Cal, with loads and loads of different people playing on that.
Loads of talented people. Me. I've got Graham Duffin from Wet Wet Wet, who's playing the guitar, and he's singing all the backing vocals on that. And we've got Ross Monroe. Ross Monroe's my keyboard player, stroke bagpiper, stroke whistle player, stroke backing vocalist, stroke multi-talented guy in the band. And he's 38 years old and he's been playing the bagpipes for 34 years, and he's an amazing piper. Really, really good.
Oh, good stuff.
Not a bad guy as well, by the way.
You've got to say that just in case he's
case he's listening.
Yep. And but you've since that audition that we were talking about in the first segment, you've moved on. You moved into the songwriting. You started building up a following for people who start to like your music, and you've worked with a number of people, and it's taken you various places across the world. So it's time for a bit of name dropping.
Oh, name dropping. I've worked with Motley Hoople, Ian Hunter Band, Donny Monroe, Dougie MacLean, Midge-Ure, Sandy Tom, Fish. I don't know. I can't think of anybody else. That's all I've worked with.
That's sort of big name.
Mark Mulgrew.
Yes, we've all been there. We've all been there. No, but I mean, it must be good to gain the experience from these people who
Absolutely.
have done.
Some of the advice these guys gave me, going along the line, Fish many years ago, 1995, I supported him in Falkirk, and he gave me some really sound advice, which I've stuck to this day. Donny and I still speak to Donny sometimes. We did a couple of gigs actually in Edinburgh 2-3 years ago, the guitar festival thing.
All right, the Corn Exchange.
Yeah, the Corn Exchange, aye. I still speak to Donny Batting for it. In fact, I provided Donny's bass player for his band because it was me passed on Dougie Coulter's details for to play with Donny. And Fish, and mid-year, I had a great laugh with mid-year because I supported him at 3 halls, the Falkirk Town Hall, the Gaiety Theatre and the Carnegie Hall. And in the Carnegie Hall, I was finishing off my last song. I think I was doing 6 or 7 songs, and I was finishing off my last song. And I says, that's been an absolutely fantastic gig, and you've been a fantastic audience. It doesn't always work like this, but I'm going to get off the stage now and let the support act come on. And everybody was all cheering and clapping and everything, right? Little did I know, I wasn't just going into my microphone and out the PA system, it was actually going through the tannoy system through the mic. And Mid-Year came out and he was smiling away and he shook my hand and he says, that's entertainment, son. It was great guy, he was really right down to earth and he thought it was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant as well. And I was relieved.
Yeah, that would be the last time you supported me. But I mean, obviously you pick up, as you say, loads of experience and different stories. But one of the things that you move from playing solo, because you played solo for so long.
I did that,
and then decided to start building a band around you. Tell us how that started developing.
It's very, very difficult to promote your own music. Especially when you're on your own. If you're working with backing tracks, you're just a pop singer. If you're working with just an acoustic guitar, you're just a wee singer-songwriter. And people don't actually pay an awful lot of attention to you. But when you've got a band, then, like we played at T in the Park in 2012, 96,000 people I think it was in 2012. And you don't get that. You don't get T in the Park if you're totally unknown. But if you've got a band, you've got a better chance. So we were playing the Kaleidoscope tent. It was great.
Mm-hmm. So build a band around you and follow the dream.
Well, I think I did the hard work first, and didn't think it's no hard work working with a band. It's sometimes can be a blooming nightmare. But one of the things you've got to do is you've got to have the songs ready. I didn't want to work with a band and develop the songs. I wanted to have the songs ready and say, this is what we're doing, guys, let's go along with this. And it was just jump in and get on with it. And now, I've been to Germany three times in the last 2 years, 4 times in the last 2 years. I've been to Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, France, Canada about 4 times. 3 times in Canada, and I gate crashed a festival. Wait till I tell you about that. And then I've been to America a couple of times. I've been to Nashville. The guy who promoted my band was a guy called Robert Pratt, who's Don Williams' manager. So he was promoting. He got us into T in the Park and stuff like that, But you couldn't do that without having the band round about you. Let me tell you about Canada.
Gate crashing a festival.
Vancouver Island. I was doing a tour, 16 gigs. And it was myself and a Canadian girl. And the Canadian girl, that was like a split 50-50 of the set. I would do half a set, she would do half a set. And I was always do the last half of the set. And that was just her choice. She just chose to do that. And we did 16 minutes all over Vancouver Island, from the north to the south. And on the last gig, I seen this great big poster up saying, Cold Town Festival. And I thought, why did you not get us into that? And she says, they wanted a DVD, they wanted a CD, they wanted a CV, they wanted this, they wanted that. And it was just a nightmare. They couldn't let us in. I says, well, that's not how we do things in Scotland. So I said, I'm not driving 2.5 hours back up north tonight. I'll just stay here. So I stayed. And then the next morning I went in and I spoke to the guy who was organising the festival. And I says, is your name Guy Massey? He says, yeah. I says, I'm Cal from Scotland. I've got a kilt and a guitar. He's a gig. And he just started laughing. And he says, well, 5:20, do you? So I got a 20-minute spot at 5:20. And then at 10:07, he came running across. He says, one of my bands has not turned up for the 7 o'clock slot. Will you do that? So I did that. I did that slot as well, the 7 till 7:30, or I think it was a 45-minute set that was. And then afterwards, he came in and seen me. He was so thankful that I did the 2 sets, and he shook my hand and he says, "Will you come and headline next year?" And I headlined the festival the following year.
It just shows you.
From a gate crash.
If you don't ask, you don't get. Now you're going on tour again.
Yeah, I'm going away next Tuesday. We go to Colorado, the full band. We've got 7 concerts. It's the Scott Fest at the Long Peaks Highland Festival. We've got 7 concerts, as I say, and I can't wait. Can't wait. And if there's anybody out there in Colorado or that vicinity, Boulder, Denver, if anybody's out there listening, come along and give us a bit of support. Just shout for Cal and buy me a beer.
And we'll get some we'll get some footage when you come back.
Well, we're going to document it. We're going to do a video. We've booked the limo bus from leaving my house to the airport. Then we'll video the flight, we'll video the concerts, we'll video the festival, we'll put a documentary together, and then we'll film it on the way back, and we'll just put it and we'll put it onto Facebook.
Fantastic. Now we're going to play another one of your tracks, which is Set Yourself Free.
Set Yourself Free. It's off the new album, which is This Land, and it's a very... I think it's one of these songs... I've written it, but I don't know what it's about. I think it's one of these songs that I would say that so many people are chasing something, or they're stuck to their work, or they're stuck to a regime, they're stuck to whatever they're stuck to. Let it go and just do what you want to do. That's why I'm doing music, you know. And I was so lucky that I came into music the way that I did. And I think that's what it is. Set yourself free. Just go and do what you want to do. And I love doing what I'm doing.
Ideal.
I gave up chasing rainbows a long, long time ago. I never looked back down the path I was before. Everything I'm looking for is right in front of me. I might not live the fairy tale, but it's how it's meant to be. Your life is full of stories, chapter, verse, and line, but it's you who writes the endings with every step in time. Yesterday is history, tomorrow's full of doubt. Today is where we're at right now, so we've gotta make it count. So raise your hand, sing along with me, open up your heart, set yourself free. Now I've turned another corner to where I do not know. I'll just enjoy the moment and go with the flow. If I stumble on that rainbow, I'll slide down the other side. I won't find no pot of gold, but I'll be satisfied. So raise your voice, sing along with me, open up your heart, set yourself free. So raise your head, what the be will be. Open up your heart, set yourself free.
Going to play the final recorded track from Cal. Have a little bit more chat and then get a little live song from him. This is Working Man.
It's a working man I am, and I've been down on the ground. I swear to God, if I ever see the sun, or for any length of time, I can hold it in my mind. I never again will go down underground. At the age of 16 years, oh, he quarrels with his peers, who vowed they'd never see another one. In the dark recess of the mind, where you age before your time, and the coal dust lies heavy on your lungs. It's a working man I am, and I've been down on the ground. I swear to God, if I ever see the sun, or for any length of time, I can hold it in my mind.